Hey, hey, hey. I hope you guys enjoy these, what I'm calling podcast shorts for my Burnout to All Out community. This is just a little peek behind the curtain of the coaching that goes on inside of my programs. We're bringing to you some of the best nuggets and coaching I'm giving within hot seats of all of our different programs, whether it's our LinkedIn Method Academy, our mini mastermind business basics, all the way up to our higher level mastermind. If you're hearing some of these questions and you're like, man, I wish I could get my burning question answered by Melissa. Hey, guess what? You could be featured on my podcast. If you've got a question that you want answered and you submit it to my team and we pick it, we will bring you here to the podcast for our podcast shorts and do a hot seat with you. Where can you submit your questions? Send them to teamburnouttooallout.co. We'll make sure we drop that in the show notes for our podcast shorts. And I hope that you guys find as much value in these shorts as our clients do inside the program. Need some effective tactical advice that actually helps you get results and makes a real difference in your life and business? You've come to the right place. If you're finding yourself here today, it means you're getting ready to gain serious traction in your business, rapidly multiply your income and impact, and you're ready to make it happen while living all out. Guys, I'm Melissa Hinault, your trustworthy corporate dropout turned six-figure business burnout turned happy and healthy CEO of a multi-million-dollar online business. And you're listening to the Burnout to All Out podcast. On this show, we're serving up innovative growth strategies, simple implementation methods to put them into practice, and action-stimulating inspiration tailored specifically for the modern entrepreneur. Let's dive in.
I try to do all things, and so I've got too many pillars and too many things in my head. So I'm Dave Jereb. I'm an occupational therapist. My wife, Kathy, and I have 3 clinics, Sydney, Central Coast, and Newcastle. We've got a team of 30. So the clinics are my bread and butter, right? Finding OTs is hard. So recruitment is a big deal. Although since we've really been putting ourselves out there, we really haven't need to put a job out in 2 years, which is cool, but it's still a struggle. And in our industry, it's a struggle. So a big part is attracting good quality people. Our key thing is we support the people who support the kids. That's our team, our families, and our community. And that sort of is how we drive. I think my part is really about showing us as a leader in mentoring, coaching. We coach other places. I do training. I do workshops. I wrote the book. I've got this kind of split between my book I wrote on challenging the story of behavior and my course on challenging the story of behavior. I've got the clinics where we're cultivating thriving teams and we're really just an awesome place to work. So I'm a bit split around my pillars, but I get that there's a couple main ways to go. I've got myself that I can put content. I have learned a lot in the training. I just was talking to my social media person saying, here's what we're going to do in LinkedIn. And she's going to go pull stuff for the move about. I need to figure out me.
She can manage a lot of your LinkedIn checklist if you give her the directives.
Yeah, I'll probably get my VA to do mine and then she can do move about and we'll work together somehow. This is such a dumb question at this stage. Post versus newsletter versus article.
It's not a dumb question at all.
And then can I alternate my newsletter between these two key things of I want to actually personally build up to be like the go-to person on behavior for families versus LinkedIn. Really, I've set up my profile to be the leader in cultivating thriving teams, both so I can speak to those teams and I can support my industry and 2, so I can attract good quality people. And then me versus move about versus the team for content. There's a lot of options. I did do a podcast and I was like, through ChatGPT, I could turn that into 25 different posts. So much content and I'm just not doing it because I'm like, it starts to look like an article or a newsletter. I'm like, is this a post or is this a newsletter?
Yeah. First of all, imperfect action is better than no action. And some of you guys know Sarah Davenport. She's one of our elite coaches inside the academy. To this day, she gets the highest impressions I've ever seen. And she made $500,000 in revenue this year with a brand new offer that she started last year. And the reason I bring this up is because she only does written form and static pictures. She doesn't do anything fancy. She doesn't do video. She doesn't even do articles. So the reason I'm sharing this with you is I'm going to walk you through what you can do here, but I also don't want it to overwhelm you or anyone that just because it's there, you have to do it. By far, the most successful student we've ever had in the program who's crushing it right now only does written form and static pictures. So just keep that in mind. Everything else is really cool. Okay. So as far as your newsletter, I would love to give you permission that you can theme it whatever you want, even if the other piece of your business is more niche in a different space on LinkedIn and you want to keep the newsletter really specific to behavior for families. Okay. Because how many of you guys are on my newsletter? My newsletter is called The Modern Entrepreneur. So the stuff that I share over there it's more of a holistic approach to business. It's not LinkedIn strategy. So if you're looking for different avenues to get your content out to different niche audiences, you can go that route, like on LinkedIn, if that's what you want to do. For me, I just enjoy long form writing in this particular category, and that's what we turn the newsletter into. If you want a broader overarching newsletter that you could have umbrella topics underneath it that give you permission to write on anything throughout the year, you can do that too. It's kind of like a podcast, right? You do need some type of theme with the newsletter. All right, friends, if you've been with me for a while, you know I'm a LinkedIn expert. But hey, maybe you're new to us. And if you're new to us, here's the deal. We are the absolute LinkedIn experts. We've been teaching thousands of clients over the years how the power of LinkedIn has allowed me to scale to the multiple seven-figure mark as an entrepreneur in the online service-based space. Even if you know that we are experts and we've run these totally free workshops in the past, you have never experienced what we're putting out now. We're continually taking feedback and continually applying what we can to make sure our students in our totally free Lead Gen Masterclass are getting the best results. And so I am so excited to reveal to you that in our upcoming masterclass, we are going to be taking radical action over 5 days, focusing on the top 5 accelerants that are proven to drive results for lead generation to 10x the lead generation in your business with ease, so you can get back to the things that are important in business that don't include spending hours a day on social media. Listen, every single day in this masterclass is going to be action-packed, where we are going to go live, publishing and posting things that we're teaching you on every single day. And by day 5, we are all going to go live and publish a totally new profile that will be your top lead magnet for 2025. Listen, it's high vibe. It's a lot of entrepreneurs who are there taking action, and you don't want to miss out on learning these simple, proven, repeatable strategies that you can apply day in and day out in this economy to have high quality leads coming to you systematically on a daily basis. The details to register are in the podcast episode notes. Would love to see you there, my friends. And then as far as newsletters versus articles, the thing that's really cool about, articles, you can play the keyword game. Okay. Jackie has a module on this, and it works beautifully for so many of our clients so that you're actually discovered over on Google. So there's actually some strategery around article writing if you want to master being seen on Google. And so there's strategy around that. Along with articles are like fun wild cards. Like, it's long form writing. You can write on anything under the moon. Whereas with your newsletter, once you've kind of committed to like an umbrella topic or message, you kind of like want to stick with that, kind of like a podcast. Also with newsletters, people get blasted that are connected to you when you post a newsletter in their email inbox. So there's a different type of visibility. So I want you to think about articles and newsletters different. When you write a newsletter, you get an email blast to people's inboxes, different second visibility tier. With an article with the right keywords, you actually get a Google visibility. So these two function with visibility. You've got different ways to be visible by different end users. So if your end user is more likely to be on Google than in their inbox, maybe you think about which way you want to leverage article versus newsletter. But I don't want to overcomplicate it because keep in mind, our most successful student on the planet doesn't really do a whole lot of either one of those. And then what was your other question?
Oh, me versus the business versus the team. Like I've got 6 in our leadership team that I want to crack the whip on. I did just email you guys to see whether if I do extend, they can get access to the modules.
Yeah, totally. They totally can. So yes, you need a personal brand as the CEO. You can create a business page if you haven't already that will then support the business. And then your teams each build their own accounts and follow the same strategies. And then you can highlight all. You have your own personal brand, personal feed, but you can share your team's feed, share your team's content on occasion and highlight them. On your business page, you can highlight your team and then share that within your feed. So sometimes if we have a new hire or we just want to have a highlight feature of a team member, we'll do that on my business page and then share it in my personal feed. So that's a way to get brand awareness and culture awareness to put the fillers out there for you, even for recruitment for your own company, for like culture and exposure of the type of company that you're running.
Yeah, cool. 30 seconds. So if I did a newsletter, I feel like most of my audience on LinkedIn is around the business, is around the thriving teams. If I focus my newsletter on that piece, but then is 2 articles a week too much? Should it be like 1 article and then some posts on top of the newsletter?
It's not too much. It's up to your capacity. Too much is like a word on LinkedIn. I think that you should post at least 3 days a week, but as often as you like. And if article and long form is your jam, and you can crank it out like that, go for it. If any of you guys follow Gary Vee, like content is king, no matter what. If you can get it out of every orifice and get it out there, like go for it. Thanks guys so much for listening in on today's podcast episode. And I can't wait for you to see my upcoming guest in the next episode. You are going to love this keynote speaker. Hey, here's the deal. If you liked this, please subscribe and leave a review. And you want the latest online business growth strategies and exclusive LinkedIn pro tips sent straight to your phone? Text the word update to 704-318-2285. That is, text the word update to 704-318-2285. Can't wait to see you guys. Come find me over on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever you like to hang. I cannot wait to hear how you are enjoying and applying what you're learning. You guys reach out to me over on social because I love hearing what's resonating with you. When you reach out to me and you send me those personal DMs, they really do impact the content I continue to bring forward to you. So again, come find me, Melissa_Hinault over on Instagram, Melissa Hinault over on LinkedIn and Facebook. Can't wait to see you guys over there.